The 2022 Daytona 24 was one for the history books. Not only because it was the last dance for DPIs at Daytona, it was also really, really cold, even hitting the freezing point during the night. And with tire warmers banned in IMSA, drivers struggled a lot to get heat into their tires out of the pits. Some cars were even being overtaken by slower classes in the first half of their outlap as they drove on what were effectively skates. The cool thing to watch though was the burnouts as the cars left their pit box, desperately trying to heat them up. The low temperatures also meant that the race lap record was broken. Due to the denser air, the cars had more downforce and engine power, which meant that on lap 642, Alex Palou noted the 33.7 in the 0-1 Chip Ganassi Racing Cadillac. This will serve as a good benchmark to compare the new LMDH cars to next year. Before we get into the results, I want to play a quick game. We have 4 DPI cars here with their sector times from our random lap in the race. Now guess which 2 of these are Acuras. Time's up. They're the ones that are more than half a second faster in sector 3, which is basically a straight line. Jokes aside, turns out not only did number 5 Cadillac lack top speed, but all of them did. In the end, this is how the Acuras kept the Cadillacs behind, in a close 4-car battle in the last few laps. However, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the rule that makes this possible, the wave-by rule, where cars are allowed to get 1 or more laps back to their class leader on their yellow. Don't get me wrong, I love a good last lap battle, but is it really fair for a car leading by 2 laps that can lose all of that time within a few minutes by a yellow? Let me know what you think. The rest of the DPIs were several laps down with mechanical problems. The worst of those, the 0-1. Who ended up 39 laps down with an alternator issue. Which is a shame because they looked the strongest in the first few hours in my opinion. But you can't deny that Meyershank Racing deserved this one, who already won the Indy 500 8 months prior with the same driver, Helio Castroneves, who at age 46 still shows no sign of slowing down anytime soon. I imagine the LMP2 battle was pretty good as well. I say imagine because it hardly got the coverage it deserved, if any at all. If you weren't paying attention to the standings, you would have completely missed the fight from 2 laps down to second in class by Guido van der Garde in the closing hours of the race, after an engine issue that pulled him from the race lead earlier. In the end, 4 cars finished the race on the same lap, with Dragon Speed USA in first place. LMP3 also didn't get a lot of screen time, except for when they had an off, which happened a lot to be fair, as these cars just wouldn't stop spinning, stalling, and why does the script say burning? This class was truly sleep-inducing, with at least 1 lap separating each and every LMP3, with only 4 of them finishing within 5 laps of the leader. 3 retired, and the rest of them was at least 28 laps down. In my opinion, this car should go from the Sports Car Championship. Don't get me wrong, they're good cars for rookies to get used to prototypes and provide good racing in the European Le Mans series for example, but this is the top of the ladder of American sports car racing. Let's be honest, they don't belong here. IMSA already has a dedicated series for LMP3, the Prototype Challenge, so why allow them in the Sports Car Championship too? What do you think about these cars and their place in the Sports Car Championship? Now on to the GTs. As usual, good battles everywhere in GTD, and the new GTD Pro class was a blast as well, with a 1.5 hour battle for the lead by 2 Porsche factory drivers until, well, in my opinion what Gemini does here is a little sketchy. It turns to the right well before the second apex and before they touched, but oh well, hard factory racing I guess. With 4 different manufacturers in the top 5 in Pro and 5 in AM, the BOP did this work again. Only Corvette and BMW didn't have the pace like I predicted, after they didn't get a BOP adjustment, finishing behind the top 5 of GTD. They'll probably get better for the Beamers next time in Sebring, they'll understand the car better and half the track isn't flat out like in Daytona. Corvette will only enter 1 car in Sebring, as the other one prepares for the World Endurance Championship, further reducing their chance on points. In the end, a total of 17 out of 61 cars retired. But, all in all, with every race as good as this one in 2022, it is said to be one hell of a year for endurance racing. Be sure to share your thoughts on the wave-by rule and the LMP3 in the top series of IMSA. This was Endu-Rants. See you in the next one.